It's another video from Ozzy's Robot. Brought to you by the Banana Collection.
Hey there, everyone. Come on in. Come on in. I think I'm spoiling you at this point. You know, you have a sensory overload of beautiful, rare toys. This is no exception, even though I've shown you this toy before. Not this exact example, mind you, but I've shown you one without the box. So before I get into the details of this example, get comfortable, my friends, and sit back. If it's morning where you're at, you know what you have to do. Grab this steaming cup of delicious coffee or tea. Give it a little stirring and clanking, and add a little bit of creamer and sugar to sweeten it and lighten it. Are they still calling coffee racist, by the way? I usually have 3 cups of that sweet, delicious R word. I have to watch what the algorithms pick up and censor. And, I always say get a snack in hand and start munching on something so you can just glue your eyes to the screen for a brief moment of your day where you can unwind and just look at some cool stuff and forget about the BS that's going on. Forget about all those crappy movie trailers of Fem Wars, the new Star Wars, or the MCU Part 2. As Neurotic calls it, part 2 of the MCU, with such luminaries as the Marvels. I can make my own video of that, but I won't, because today, if you're comfortably ensconced in that Barco Lounger or Lazy Boy or recliner or office cubicle or coffee shop, or wherever you're sitting comfortably at, we're going to look at the extremely rare Yanoman, that's the manufacturer, Space Ship X-200 with this phenomenally rare box. So anyway, like I mentioned previously, I have made a video of this particular toy. I don't know if it was a year ago, a year and a half ago, but I was actually stoked when I found the toy. And I have, I think, a reproduction box. Somebody made me a reproduction box. But, they never quite capture the spirit of the original as good as they are. And I used to make some good ones myself. So I was contacted by somebody over across the pond in the kingdom that's united, somewhat united. And they showed me these pictures. And I was like, damn, that looks like a beauty. And after a few weeks of negotiating, I was able to acquire this. And what a beautiful specimen it is. So not only is the toy an upgrade over my current toy, which is nice, but not this nice. Usually, let's face it, when you have the box, it just means that the toy had that one extra layer of protection, that somebody bothered to put it away in a sealed environment to protect it from scuffs and scratches and things like that. And typically, I think it means they cared more. That's just my hypothesis, but I would suspect that it's true because I know if I saved something in the box, I'm usually pretty careful to even keep the box clean, because that's the way I am as a preservationist myself. Anyway, so now I have this beautiful toy in its original box. And this box, like I said, is a freaking gem, and it is tough to get. So without further ado, let's look at this thing. It shows you this beautiful spaceship with this cool pilot in yellow, because yellow is the sporting color of the day for spacemen. Not only was his outfit yellow, but you have this yellow moonish thing that's probably for the price tag. And man, it is small. This thing must have been like for little tiny hands to write a price in there. Or it maybe is a yellow sun or something like that. But anyway, it's this beautiful illustration of this guy like cruising over this beautiful moon. Now keep in mind, this was a Japanese toy. So the Japanese themselves, they depicted, I guess, the patriarchy, right? Because they 9.9 out of 10 times had some dude piloting this stuff. It just makes me laugh because I wonder if that triggers anyone that says, oh my God, we should have had more representation. But that's how the Japanese saw it. So what else can you say? Anyway, here is the Yanoman logo. You can see it's a Y with an M around it. What is a Yanoman? That has to be a cool kind of man, right? A Yanoman. Maybe I should take up that name. Maybe I should copyright that, Yanoman. Hey, just call me Yanoman. I don't know. I think it sounds pretty cool. Somebody else might grab the idea and go copyright or trademark it themselves. Anyway, so it's really nice, deep blue. Even though this is, I'm presuming a 60s, early to mid 60s toy. I could tell by the colors. You know, the traditional blues and greens and orangey reds of the 50s were definitely a different shade. But anyway, he's over here ready to just shoot the heck out of something because, you know, that's what we did back then. We shot our nemesis and our foes, the aliens that would attack and maybe possibly destroy the planet. And here's another view of him. And it's the same on all sides. So again, this box is pristine condition. It looks, look at the gloss. You could see it bouncing off the light, reflecting that light traveling at 186,000 miles a second. It was like, wow, we got to bounce off this thing. It's so cool. Is that what the speed of light is? 186,000 miles a second? I don't know how the hell they measure these things, you know. We're supposed to believe everything they tell us, but it sounds plausible, I guess. Who knows? Anyway, as for the toy, well, what can I say? This is just a pristine example. The dome looks brand new. Look at that. His gun is ready to annihilate any incoming foes and protect the planet. Whatever planet he's serving, I don't know what planet that is. And it's got this cool disc here. Now, Yanoman made several versions of this ship, and then they even shrunk it and made smaller versions of it. And they're all pretty rare and desirable. They're like, why let a good design go to waste? You know, we made this cool design here, this like double pontoon looking thing with these cool jet fins on the back, rocket fins. And you know what? We're going to use it and abuse it. And they made a lot of cool toys with this. Here is the bottom. And they use this oversized black door. It's almost like they called up Hurricane and said, yo, man, do you have some doors we could borrow? And this one, and when I say oversized, you could see that it actually goes like a half-inch past the opening. But you know it's the right door because the latch is set back. So for whatever reason, they said, we'll get a big door, please. Here's your two stabilizing wheels. There's your logo. Yanoman 5, 7, 8, 9. There's your switch. And that is your cool pilot. Look at him. He's ready to rock and roll. Now, the one thing I noticed, I couldn't get the light on, which my other one works, but I wouldn't even mess with it to get the light on. Is that a space sound or what? I should have put my bumpers. Don't mess up my beautiful original box. Do a flyover, shall we? I don't know why I didn't put my bumpers. The one thing about the light not coming on, if it even had a light, it doesn't show a light here. I think you get the gist. Let me get this camera set. Do we see any light in there? I'd have to look at my other one. It looks like there is something in there. Oops, sorry, I'm not looking at the camera. I can't imagine they would have put this thing without a light. But for whatever reason, if the light burned out, I still wouldn't mess with it. You know why? Because it's so pristine, I wouldn't want to bend the tabs. And I'll look at my other video. You know what I'll do? I'll link the other one to this, and we'll see if that one had a light. And if it does, then I demonstrated it with the light, and we call it a day. So anyway, my friends, too bad this couldn't unscrew, man. They should have just put some threads on it. I could unscrew it, change the bulb, and we'd be golden. But for whatever reason, they didn't do it. Anyway, that is your Spaceship X-200, extremely rare, by Yanoman Toys. If you like this, do me a favor, as always, thumb up the video and share it on any social media stuff that you go on. I mean, I tried Twitter, but it's like a black hole for toys, you know. And it's, I don't know, maybe it's me, but it's just so much political stuff on there. It doesn't seem like there's a home for anything else. So it just doesn't seem like it's the venue. Whereas at least Facebook, for all its foibles, as far as collecting groups go, that is the place by far. You know, that makes it worth having a Facebook account. And of course, Alpha Drome, so you should also go there. But anyway, if you like it, don't forget to also please subscribe if you happen to be one of the 7 billion people on the planet that aren't subscribed. So with that, thanks for your time. It's greatly appreciated, as always. And with that, my friends, I will talk to you later.